Welcome. This is the second ever TYCAST. We're doing this live. I have some awesome guests tonight, and it's the second episode, but we are doing it live for the very first time, and so this is very exciting. I've been in the last couple hours getting it all set up, and before we get all started, I just want to introduce my guests. I'm going to go around the horn. Aaron at Beach Pizza Gaming. Thank you for being there.
How's it going? Happy to be here.
Yeah. Russ at Cryosneasel.
Hello.
Hey.
Happy to be here.
Good man. Luke at Luke Leeson.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. Max at Monado Max.
Hey, glad to be here, man. Thanks.
Yeah, of course. We have a newcomer this week. If you watched the first episode, we have Sally Retro Arcade Party. Thank you for joining.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for joining us this week. And then Bobby at the Chronicles of a Gamer.
What's up? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. So we're gonna jump right into things. We try to keep these episodes pretty short, like an hour, less than like an hour 15. So we're gonna start off with what we're all playing. And last week I forgot to even mention what I was playing. I went back and listened and realized I just moved on after everyone. So I will say what I'm playing this week. I'm sure we'll talk about it. We're gonna go the same way around. Aaron, what have you been playing this week?
I have been playing, well, every one of you already knows, except for Bobby. I think Bobby's the only one not playing. Oh, and Luke. No, Luke's not playing it either. Monster Hunter Rise. So I've been playing that since I picked it up on Friday last week, and that's pretty much it. It's been a ton of fun co-op. I haven't even played much single player because, we've been playing it co-op, and it's been a lot of fun. So really mostly that. I did pick up Retromania Wrestling, which is I've played a couple hours of that. That was pretty fun. It's like an old school, like 16-bit style wrestling game with some special moves, kind of like you grab somebody and do like the fireball motion and it body slams them and things like that. So it's that's really fun, but mostly Monster Hunter Rise has been taking up my time.
How does it compare to WWF Royal Rumble for the SNES?
Nothing's ever going to compare to
I already knew the answer before I asked it.
Do you have that for SNES?
I do.
Yeah,
I think I have it complete, actually.
He dropped a picture in the Discord as soon as I referenced it. It's like you had it ready to go.
Yeah.
That handy.
And so
that's it. That's what I've been playing.
Have you bought anything this week? I know you were on a buying spree.
I bought a couple for like the to post some gameplay on the Beach Pizza Gaming YouTube channel.
Sure.
But mostly. Oh no, I did. I bought a lot of games. I bought a bundle of pre-owned games, including Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Oh yeah.
A bunch of stuff.
So Aaron, he runs Beach Pizza Gaming YouTube channel, Instagram. Be sure to check him out. He does a lot of gameplay videos, Switch focused. Venture out here and there, but mostly Switch gameplay videos. So be sure to check out Aaron's YouTube channel. There's a link in the description for everyone here. So if you're interested, be sure to check it out. Russ, what have you been playing, man?
Pretty much exclusively Monster Hunter. I started that game on Friday, and it hooked me immediately. I've been having a lot of fun with it.
You've been the pro of our group. You put in the most time, and you also have friends who have played more than 0 Monster Hunter games, unlike everyone else in our usual party.
I think the other guys play like 1,000 hours in Worlds, so they have a lot of experience.
I have a question. Are you still playing Loop Hero? That was I had to pull you out of that last week to get on the podcast.
That was the last time I played it.
Really?
Since Monster Hunter came out, I haven't touched it.
Been going nonstop. Yeah. So Russ, you live stream. You've been playing through Resident Evil too. Resident Evil the remake. Did you beat that?
Yep, I just beat it yesterday.
Awesome.
First time I ever beat a Resident Evil game.
Nice. Good job, bro.
Yeah.
Nice.
So Russ you have a Twitch, it's CryoSneasel, and Instagram, and then Twitter mostly. I think I'm not sure what we linked in the description. Twitch, but be sure to check out Russ. Thanks for being here, man. Luke at Luke Leeson, what have you been playing, man?
I have been back into Loop Hero yet again.
Nice. I was gonna ask you because I know you and Russ were in it last week.
Yeah. Usually when I get a game, I just want to finish that game, so I just focus on that. But
Is there
you
a way
guys
to
are
beat
really
it?
tempting me to get Monster Hunter.
You should join. We had the first issue where we had too many people in our party, and it just happened. It just happened where Aaron was dipped out right when we had people joining, so it worked out. So we had 2 separate sessions that I doubled up on. Can you beat Loop Hero?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
There is an end goal. So
Gotcha.
that's what I'm trying to do right now. I'm close. We'll
Nice.
see.
And Luke, you have a YouTube channel. You're doing. Can you repeat how you described it last week? Because that was really
Yeah, it's just essentially essay reviews on topics in movies and games.
awesome.
That's what it boils down to.
Yeah, and then so you have that, and then your Instagram. But you've been putting out. You finish your watching your. Did you finish your last video yet? I know you were working on one.
I finished writing out a script, which I was talking about on the Discord there. I got off my lazy butt and wrote it.
That's the hardest part for me.
Yep.
Well, thanks for being here, Luke. Check out your next video. Max, Anato Max. we just learned in the pre-show that you're a big fan of April Fools. Oh.
Yes, I love April Fools, man. Love it.
I think your mic might be a little bit delayed.
Is my mic working?
Yeah, here's a little delay.
He's just pranking us.
I think you're back now.
The ultimate April Fool's joke.
So what have you been playing, Max?
My internet's playing in. I've been playing actually a weird one. I woke up at 4 a.m. one day and I was like, you know what? I want to play Batman Arkham Knight. So I continued my day. I woke up at 4. I turned on the PlayStation 5 and I started playing Batman Arkham Knight. And that was my first actual next gen game when I bought a PlayStation 4. So seeing the game, it still looks very beautiful, but I can see there's a difference in graphically games now. And with Batman Arkham Knight, it used the Unreal Engine 3, and that game still looks really good considering it's on Unreal Engine 3. And then Monster Hunter Rise with you guys yesterday is what I played. That's all for me.
Yeah, we were on for a while last night, and we both Russ helped us, me and Max, get up to level 2, which was very satisfying. Max, you have a YouTube channel, Anato Max. You just put up your April Fool's video, and you're very active on Twitter, and you have a lot of fans in the chat right now. And yeah, thanks for being here, Max. I appreciate it. And our newcomer, yeah, of course, and our newcomer Sally at Retro Arcade Party. Thank you for being here. What are you playing right now?
Well, other than being pressured into getting Monster Hunter from Aaron and playing with you guys, I'm still playing through Immortals Phoenix Rising, and that's pretty much been my focus. I started playing Legend of Zelda, the original one, just to play that again.
Like the NES one?
Yeah,
nice.
The first one, the first original one.
I haven't played more than a couple hours of I haven't played the old.
Yeah, me neither. When I was a kid, I was always terrified to play that one.
I got that game when it was brand new back in like 1987, and I just beat it 2 years ago.
Oh wow!
It was worth it.
It's a long game.
It's worth it. Listen, you beat it, bro. That's it.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
So Sally, you have an Instagram account and you live stream on Twitch.
Mhm.
It's your Instagram is Retro Arcade Party, right? Is it at Retro Arcade Party? And then and then your Twitch account I linked in bio. So be sure to check her out. And thanks for being here. It's good to have. It's nice to have 7 of us. It feels like
We're missing 7, bro.
Yeah, exactly. I like the number 7. So up next, Bobby, the Chronicles of a Gamer. What are you playing?
I've been playing Sniper 4 with my boy Marlon, trying to get the platinum on that. We're at the last level on easy, just to get the last collectibles. And then it's just going to be authentic difficulty run. Hopefully it doesn't take us 10 years. Because it's a lot harder than 3, I'll tell you that. Because the AI is better. Like, they'll flank you, and they don't tell you they're flanking you, like the other game did. So I was like, oh, where'd they go? Behind us. And then I just beat the first AVGN game, the first game of the remastered double game, whatever it's called.
Yeah, like the remaster.
Yeah, 2-pack. It has both game 2-pack. Yeah, that's what it was. I just beat that just before we hit record.
Yeah,
so I really enjoyed that game a lot.
We were talking about pre-show because I was setting up our name badges for the stream, and I was about to message you, and you jumped on, and you're scrambling, and we were saying it was the most authentic thing to be late for our video game podcast because you were playing an actual video game, unlike the rest of us. Bobby, you have an Instagram account. I talked about it last week. The Chronicles of a Gamer. You post every single day and a different topic every day. Whether games you've platinumed before, and you go alphabetical from like 3 different systems and review games every single day. And except for Sunday, your day of rest. Give us a schedule again.
So basically, I'm currently in PlayStation, the original. I'm in the D section. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is a review in the D section, and then Thursday would be like an arcade game, alphabetical order that I played. Friday is a platinum post until I catch up, and then Saturday's just like what I'm playing recently, and that's pretty much it.
That's awesome.
Pretty in depth, but
and then
you also pretty much archiving memories.
It's awesome. It's really cool to see. You go really in depth. You have like screen caps of all the games that you post. It's like really creative the way. I enjoy just sitting and watching, like going through all your posts. And then you're also on YouTube. You post some videos here and there too. So I think I linked your Instagram account in the description. But be sure to check out the Chronicles of a Gamer. I have a chat from Ryan to say hi to Max.
Hello, Ryan.
Star.
All right, we're moving on. Actually, hold on. No, we're not moving on because I did this last
Your turn.
week. It's my turn. My turn. I've been playing Monster Hunter Rise. Monster Hunter Rise pretty much exclusively for the past week. Been really busy setting up a live podcast too, and everything. But I've been playing with Aaron and Russ and Max and Sally, and it's been awesome. I've never played a Monster game, so there was definitely a learning curve and some stuff to understand. It's not a very pickup game if you don't have showing you the rope, but it's been very satisfying. That's pretty much exclusively what I have. I picked up an Oculus Rift or Oculus Quest 2, not the Rift, Quest 2, which I'm playing late at night randomly, some Beat Saber, and then Pistol Whip is an awesome game that's actually a better workout saber, at least on stages. And sorry, I'm looking at the chat. And that's the only other thing I turned on anyway. So I have a question. Outriders came out. Is anyone playing that?
Not me.
Nope.
No. I want to use that image of
we know how Max feels about Outriders.
I've used that image too much that it's losing its comedic value, I think.
I think the name of that game has come up in like every one of these. We've talked about it every week, and I have not Googled it or looked up any info on it. I don't know. People seem excited about it though. A bunch of people
I just see it all
posted
over the place.
Instagram pics, and
I saw a lot of my Xbox friends play because it's free for them.
Oh
I haven't heard anybody actually bought it yet, and it looks okay. It might not be for me, but
yeah, I mean it looks interesting. It's Square Enix game, and it seems they put a lot into it. So I think I heard there's no microtransactions. I have not put a whole lot of effort into investigating this game, but I see it everywhere, and so I figured.
Is it a survival game?
It's like no, it's like a first-person shooter RPG.
Yeah, it's like Warframe.
Warframe, yeah.
That's a good
on out. And so, yeah, I don't know. I threw it in the doc just to make sure that I wasn't missing out on something that everyone was talking about. All right, we are going on to news.
Hey, can I ask a quick question?
Yes, you
about games we're playing.
Yeah,
I gotta ask Luke. So. Everybody like Loop Hero took like a it kind of caught on and went a little bit viral, and people seem to love it and get addicted. But Famitsu magazine gave it a 5 out of 10. Do you agree with that score?
No.
Nope. All right.
What would you score it if you had to score it?
I'd say 8 out of 10.
Okay. All right.
It needs a little more work, but it's above average, I would say.
I was curious. Maybe they just have something against it. I don't know. I'm gonna try it soon.
I don't know. Where did you find that out, by the way? I was trying to look that up.
Somewhere on the internet. So it's got to be true.
You got that limited run news, so.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, hold up. Give me just a second. I'm gonna get some. Okay. All right. Moving on to news. Ryan in the chat, let me know if that's better now. So Monster Hunter Rise, it shipped 4 million copies. Although in the opening weekend, I keep seeing different news articles because not everyone shows their numbers the way that I think it is Japan that actually is the most transparent with sales numbers. And so I saw an article saying that I think in the first day, maybe it was Monster Hunter Rise shipped 1.3 something million in Japan, and it was second only to Animal Crossing, which shipped 1.8. And so the scale of this release is kind of unprecedented, because I think Animal Crossing set a ton of records and it's not too far behind.
I'm really surprised it beat out Animal Crossing.
No, it was like 500,000 less than Animal Crossing, but it was still up there.
I thought it sold more than Animal Crossing at launch in Japan.
Oh, maybe it did.
I think she's right. I think I saw that too. I think she is right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I could have been seeing an old article. I was looking through stuff when
there is one record that it did set, and that it's already the best-selling third-party game for the Switch, which I think is interesting.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
That is actually something to think about. Aaron, we were talking about that Monster Hunter World is the best-selling Capcom game ever.
Yeah.
which
So and I looked up some of those numbers, and it was like 16.8 million, which is huge. And I think the second best-selling Capcom game under that was like 8 million or 8.2 million, and it was I think it was Resident Evil 8, maybe
7.
But yeah, I did
7
or 7. Yeah, 7. Yeah, 8 hasn't come out yet. It probably hasn't sold that much.
I would be very surprised.
Yeah, that's a lot of pre-orders. So Resident Evil 7, I think was number 2. But that's huge. That's so.
For those of us maybe that don't know, like the people listening, including myself, what would be considered good sales for a game?
So I don't know if I can answer that, but what I was looking at to get this information was Capcom's official like sales numbers releases. So this is every game that Capcom has ever made and sold. So out of everything. Now the only thing that's a little bit tricky with it is if you read through it, like the first thing I did was like, there's no way that Monster Hunter World sold more than Resident Evil 4, because that was like such a popular game until you come in this chat and none of you have played it. But anyways, so the weird thing that they did is like Resident Evil 4 on PS2 and GameCube, and those were like sold 2 million or 4 million. And then the HD remasters sold like 2 million. Then the PC sold like 3 million. So like that game was like kind of all separated, where Monster Hunter World was just a release on Xbox, PC, PS4, all the numbers lumped together. But
I think you did. You did the math though. It was still. Yeah,
it was like 9-10 million or something like that. Still wasn't close to Monster Hunter World. But I don't know. Some games have sold over 100 million copies, right? Like Minecraft, maybe. GTA 5.
Yeah.
I don't know. I bought like 5 copies of GTA 5, so I'm pretty sure that sold not sold a lot.
I think there's those games that just like transcend, generations, and especially if they never release a new version. It's not like they have new Grand Theft Autos in every, let alone year, like every 7 or 8 years, and so that can just keep racking up, and especially the live games that are paid.
Why is Rise doing so well, do you think?
I think there was just a lot of hype for it, and it being a Switch exclusive, and especially in Japan, Switch is completely dominant, I think, and it's the type of game that would just take off there. We don't have a lot of numbers outside of Japan because they're a little more obscure to figure out the data, but I think it combines with, there's a lot of, Switch is the best-selling console in Japan, and it's a very, it's a Japanese developer and publisher, and it's one of those perfect storms, just like Animal Crossing a year ago. So
I think also the reason why it's selling so well is because the Switch owners were very hungry for a Monster Hunter game on the Switch, since they didn't have Monster Hunter World come to the platform.
Yeah.
And this is like a mainline Monster Hunter game, so I just think everything was aligning well for Monster Hunter Rise with all that consideration.
Yeah, the Switch exclusive for a year until it goes to PC. Sorry, Sally.
Yeah. Did Monster Hunter World also have the same, you're able to join friends and play like that?
I think it had didn't have a larger party.
I think you could do like 16 players in a map.
Holy,
I think.
Really?
It was
Did anybody play it?
I never played it, but it was definitely more than 4, because I saw the people complaining that they shrunk it down to 4, but because they added the Palamutes and Palicos, that it created a similar type of effect in terms of action.
Yeah, chaos, straight chaos.
Yeah, and it's on the Switch.
Right.
This would be the perfect kind of game that I wish they like do a cross-platforming on different devices.
I think that's why World was so big too. Was that probably wasn't cross-platform though, I'm guessing. the time.
It was on platforms.
I mean, like cross-platform play.
Right.
Yeah. It didn't have crossplay, but the reason why Monster Hunter World was so successful is because both PlayStation and Xbox didn't have a Monster Hunter game in years. I don't think Xbox ever had a Monster Hunter game. I know the PSP had some Monster Hunter games, but yeah.
Yeah.
Now I just got to pressure Luke into getting it.
Yeah. At this point, I have to. I have to lean in.
You might just convince me by the end of this episode.
I'll keep playing it. Now that I'm at level 2, I'm like, a whole new world opens up.
Now that I know what I'm doing in Monster Hunter Rise, it's so much more fun. So thank you yesterday for all you guys helping me.
That's the key. Is you have to know, like, understand the quirks and everything, and like there's not a traditional menu system. You have to go and talk to people to bring up like different menus and everything. It's a very immersive type of navigation in terms of like, even you have to talk to a cat to go into multiplayer. There's no 2D menu.
It was intimidating at first. Like I didn't know
it is
what
very
anything
intimidating.
was. Like especially I didn't play a Monster Hunter before.
Exactly. Especially if you've never played a Monster Hunter, because it seems like they've added stuff and also simplified some things from especially World. I've heard that it's both a little more complex, but also simplified in terms of like it goes back to the roots of some of the older Monster Hunter games.
Maybe that's how you guys learn how to play, but I just play with Russ, and that's how I learn.
Yeah, he'll just tell us.
'Cause he knows everything.
If you don't play with Russ at least one time, you're missing out. Okay, this guy is Mr. Specialty. Okay, bro company.
I'm just transferring now,
bro. Amazing.
Seriously, I was thinking that today. Yeah, he like comes through on the multiplayer games. I was like, hey Russ, I bought Mario Tennis Aces, that game that came out 3 years ago that nobody plays. He's like, oh yeah, I'll play with you. I'm like, cool, all right, thanks, dude.
It's
seriously,
true.
I feel like I could go get My Little Pony riding stables and be like, hey Russ, I need co-op on this, and he'd jump in.
No, it's I got a copy of that.
100%. Agreed.
Yeah, I was saying last week, Russ, if
I have it.
You have what?
Oh, you do?
If I have it, I'll play it.
Oh yeah. I thought you were saying that he has My Little Pony stables ready to go.
If you did, I'd go buy it.
I'm physical.
That's exactly.
All right. The next on the news list is the Sony officially confirmed that they are discontinuing the PS3, PS Vita, and what's left of the PSP PlayStation Store app features, basically buying new games, buying in-game content, and so forth. The main thing they made sure to clarify was that you can, if you purchase games, you can still redeem those, and including like some types of like gift card. Like if you have like a game code, I think you can still redeem those. But like PSN gift cards and everything, anything that involves buying a new game through a transaction is being shut down. And yeah, I think it's a big deal because, especially with digital games, you want to make sure that when you buy a game that you have it forever. And this is it. They've done most of the legwork to make sure that they are maintaining that. But if it also is kind of a gut punch that if you bought a PSP Go or something that's fully digital, I don't know, 10 years ago or whatever, you cannot legally get any more games on it in a month? No, we have a couple months.
3
months.
I think it's like July
2nd, and then the PS Vita is August 27th. So, yeah. What do you guys think about this whole the store closure? I have some thoughts.
It's disappointing. I said it last week. I'll say it again. I really feel bad for the Vita owners because those games they're already very pricey, most of them. So if you're trying to go physical, these physical games are gonna go up in value like crazy when the actual store goes down. So I feel bad for the Vita owners. I don't really care for the PS3 owners. You got so many games over there. Vita, you have a limited amount, to be fair. So, and it's expensive to get Vita games. Like, I was actually going to start playing my Vita more, and then I was like, all right, let's see the Vita game prices. I shut down the idea immediately on playing my Vita again because I saw the physical game prices. I'm like, no thanks. But yeah, I feel bad for them.
Yeah, it's the one thing that I keep going back to is like Sony wants to make sure that people feel comfortable buying these games, and so when you shut down stores and everything, like it definitely cuts off. Like it's even if it's just a psychological thing, like you still can access all your games, but it puts that time limit on the content that you're buying. And even if you're thinking of like PS4 games right now, at what point are they going to shut down that store? And like, oh, like, you know, it's just for me at least, it's more of a psychological thing. It's gonna that drives the hesitation to go fully digital. And I know that I'm mostly digital right now just for convenience, but I think whether it's, you know, like when Xbox shut down their original Xbox Live service and they put out a statement saying like, you know what, we're just running on, it's all this like legacy service stuff that we can't advance the platform holding on to this, we have to let it go and rebuild it and type of thing. And if that's the case, then I feel like they should explain that. And I don't, and they didn't really do it. They just kind of, it's a very vague like, oh, we want to shift resources to PS4 and PS5. But especially for the Vita, that seems like that's their last mobile platform, you know, handheld platform, and cutting that supply off essentially kills that. I know there's no new games coming out for it, but it's just, you know, people that want to get into that ecosystem. I don't know if that means they're just, who knows, maybe they'll announce some new portable console or something. I don't know. I doubt it, but
too.
Yeah, just throwing that out there. I don't think it'll happen, but I don't know. So I'm looking through this. Feel free to jump in if anyone has anything else to say, but you'll be able to still re-download any purchased games. You'll be able to access any purchased video or media content. You'll be able to redeem game and PS Plus vouchers, and you'll be able to re-download and play claimed games through PlayStation Plus as long as you remain a member of the service. So for PS3 specifically, yeah, I think it's a big deal.
I definitely agree with you guys. Like, I'm a huge fan of games preservation, and digital is the best way to do that. And a lot of physical games on like PlayStation 1 are extremely expensive these days to find. And like I was talking with Russ in the Discord, Persona 1 and 2 are worth like $200 on physical. Yeah. And like if someone down the road heard about it and after July they wanted to like buy it for real, they're not going to be able to.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like I'm the king of emulation, right? So I have my old school games, I have them, but I have every single emulated game from Atari to PlayStation. And I don't care, I play it. I have what I have, but I'm not a collector. But if I did want to buy a game, I'm not paying $250 for a game, that's for sure. Right. So the only way you're going to be able to do that is through emulation or something. So it sucks for the Vita and PS3 owners, but I feel like whatever you were going to play, like for me personally, I played what I was going to play. I have no interest playing PS3 anymore. I moved on. But that's just how it is every system. Nintendo eventually went away and Super Nintendo came in, and then that went away, and 64 came in, and that's just a cycle of the systems.
Yeah. I mean, but I mean the thing is like with digital, it adds such a different level, and especially with games like coming out where you can't play them straight off the disc and stuff like that. That adds a whole nother, like, if you have if you put in a disc into a system, it has to connect to a server to access your game that you've bought physically. That is a whole nother concept that adds to the whole game preservation thing. And when servers go offline, and what happens.
Has there been any news on that? Like, you have a PS3 game that needs a bunch of updates. When you put a disc in for the first time, is it going to still have those updates?
Yeah.
Does it not have to do with
I don't know.
are those separate things?
They have a huge FAQ.
It's scary, man.
And so I'm sure. It looks like that will, like, updates and everything will still happen, especially since you can download the game. Like, if you've never downloaded the game before, it would download it at that point. So I would be surprised if it doesn't have. I'm sure they go through it. They go through everything on this update thing. I wish it was more clear of why they were doing this more than anything, other than just like they want to shift resources. Like, that's such a vague response. I wish they were a little bit more transparent with the reasoning for it, if nothing else. And so I don't know.
I definitely feel they gave up on the Vita too quickly.
Yeah.
I was like, they had something going, and then I guess it wasn't what they thought it would be, and they kind of just forgot about it, which is sad because they could have had something unique, but maybe they just feel like, okay, it's a lost cause, move on. But it sucks for people who want to buy because the price is going to be ridiculous. Who's going to afford it?
Yeah. If you have to buy all physical, and they're all limited right now, essentially, they're not pressing any new Vita cartridges, and so and it also drives people to, ultimately, like, piracy and everything. Like, you can hack. I don't know much about the Vita. I don't know much about the Vita, but I have a hacked PSP because it's not easy to get games anymore. So I don't know. I feel like there's a bigger story out here that we're skirting around with this whole store closure. But it sucks. It's not. I don't think it's good for the industry. I don't think it's good for Sony. I don't think that any of the messaging around it is good. At least you can still re-download your games, but I don't know. It doesn't feel right that they're doing.
It wasn't going to stay up forever.
Yeah,
and everybody knows that. It right now with PS5 and with the Nintendo Switch, it's not going to stay up forever.
20 years.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, and the Vita came out 8 years ago?
Yeah, I think it was 8 ago? Or almost 9 years ago.
9 years ago. And yeah, that's a pretty short lifespan for a console to have it shut down. But I don't know. It seems like Sony's moving on, and they're focusing on what they're doing now, and maybe it'll, if something resurrects from the ashes of this store, then maybe it'll come full circle. But who knows?
Maybe it will. Maybe they'll put those resources into something else, and
that's what they're saying.
They're getting a lot of hate right now for throwing away all their legacy titles and their old games and not giving any attention to them. So maybe they'll do something eventually. But
and there's the whole, like, Jim Ryan. I feel like that sounds.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, Jim Ryan, like, his quote about, like, looking at Gran Turismo 1 or like Gran Turismo for the PS1 and PS2 versus PS3 and PS4, and saying, like, why would anyone want to play these games? And and I don't know how much of that was, like, hyperbole for, like, against Xbox going full in on backwards compatibility.
Was 100%.
And so it could have just been, that type of thing. But I know people are resurrecting that pretty heavily as, like, PlayStation just abandoning their their legacy when other parts of their company are trying to preserve it. But all right, we can go on that for a long time.
Forever.
Moving on to Cyberpunk, the patch 1.2 is out, and the list of changes goes on for days.
It's as long as the FAQ for the Sony shutdown.
Yeah, I think it's probably longer. I'm scrolling in the video portion of this, and it's going. We're about halfway right now. I'm just scrolling.
Even fixes for the Stadia version too.
Yeah, and so I know like a lot of them are like very like specific instances in specific missions that are like break it, but
was this just for PC or for consoles
it's for
as well?
everything.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a master patch of all sorts of gameplay issues. I know one of the main things was specifically the police spawn radius for whenever you could commit a crime. Apparently they are not going to spawn immediately right next to you to do whatever it is that Cyberpunk police do to
assassinate you immediately.
And so I think that was one of the biggest gripes about some of the AI type of things.
Did one of you get the platinum? Did you get the platinum in that, Bobby?
Yeah.
Jeez.
How'd you like the game pre-patch 1.2?
I mean, to be honest, when I first put it in, it was in the that little external hard drive, but I was playing it for my PS5. First act was fine. Second act, it kind of was acting funny, and then someone was like, "You idiot, take it out of there and put it on the PS5." So I did that. I really didn't have that many glitches in the game. I just thought that it just felt empty. Like when you're playing Red Dead Redemption 2, there's like a guy, sawing a tree. There's guys carrying stuff, and it's like a whole world. This was like very empty. But story-wise, I thought it was interesting enough. And then if I did encounter a glitch, since I already had all this technology in my body, I just pretended that was part of the game, for me. And it worked out well. I enjoyed it. Some of the endings were, okay. I saw the endings. To me, there's only one good ending. I thought, at least for me, that was the ending I chose to be the last one. But I enjoyed it. I'm just happy it's done. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, I enjoyed it, but okay. Right. Like I don't really have any fond memories of it.
Yeah. Rush, you played it too, right?
Yeah, I didn't platinum it though. I tried, but I got bored and I just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I think Sally, you played it on PC, didn't you?
Yeah, I did, and I was bragging, saying, "Oh, I have this souped up PC. No glitches are gonna happen." And I encountered my first glitch when my gun disappeared mid combat. I haven't picked it up since. I said, you know what? I'm gonna wait for the patches, but it's just so sad. It was such a very hyped game, and I feel bad for CDPR getting a lot of flack for it.
It seems like they've been putting a lot of work into to fixing it, and there's a lot of politics going into how that company is run and how everything that went down with the release and everything. There's a lot of pointing fingers and everything. It was a game that was honestly high on my list of like, okay, I'm gonna get into this game. This is the game that I'm gonna be like passionate about and I'm gonna actually commit to. And then all the things started trickling out, and I kind of just stayed away. So I'm like, okay, basically as soon as, and then everything exploded. But when I determined that I was like, okay, I'll play this game when the like PS5 like update, the updated version for PS5 comes out, and that's kind of like my next like barrier. I'm not gonna get too excited. I'm not gonna get too like beat down on it, especially with the the issues and the AI and everything about it. And so I don't know. I still like the whole concept of the game. I never bought it, and so it seems like they're fixing a bunch of things. I think this is the first of 2 major patches early this year before they do the big next gen update, if I'm not mistaken. But it's still not on the PlayStation Store digitally.
No, I don't think it's ever going to go back on PlayStation Store.
They said they're getting close.
That's what I heard.
I
think I heard I saw a quote that it's close, and so I don't know if they're waiting for the next patch or if they're just verifying that this patch fixes enough of the issues that Sony was having with the game. So,
well, I don't think Sony had issue with the game. I think Sony had issue with everybody buying it, playing it, and then wanting returns.
Returning it. So
it's like they played whatever the amount they could play, and then I want to return. That was their issue, I think.
Yeah. And so,
Sony should let them put it on the PS3 store.
in
I would just put Glitch Edition on it and just let it run.
In case you're wondering, cyber psychos and mini bosses are now immune to tranquilizer rounds and system reset quick hacks. In case that makes a difference in gameplay.
Either one of those.
I just read that they are stopping the multiplayer now.
Oh yeah, they canceled.
They're dropping it.
Yeah.
Did it have multiplayer?
Anyway.
Or was that
they were going to make it, yeah.
They were going to add it in. I think they canceled it. I heard that too.
So I got into a lot of fight with this game.
What was
Max,
that?
did you play the game too? Because I think I watched your video. What do you think of it?
I did play the game. I am actually one of the very lucky people that really didn't get any glitches throughout my experience. I had, I believe, like 5 crashes, and that is a lot of crashes. But I was expecting to get a lot more crashes since everyone was talking about it crashes every minute. Like, I've heard stuff like that. So I really enjoyed this game. The story, the outcome I ended up with, I loved all the characters, the character development.
Mm-hmm.
The story is 100% there. It's worth playing the game for the story. Now, it's only worth it if you don't get the glitches that I didn't get, because, like I said, no glitches. So I very much enjoyed the game. But Bobby was talking about Red Dead Redemption 2. That is a better futuristic game than Cyberpunk is, because a lot of the features that Cyberpunk was supposed to have, Red Dead Redemption actually has, which is kind of funny considering that's not supposed to be a futuristic game. But yeah, I love Cyberpunk. The voice acting also was another thing that I thought was incredible about the game. And yeah.
Who'd you play as, the girl, or did you play as the boy?
Boy.
I picked the girl because I think she's a better voice actress.
I agree.
That's what I did.
have not heard the voice actor for that. I'm actually interested in that now.
Like, I played as Cassandra in Assassin's Creed Odyssey because she was the better voice actress. I felt like she was more involved in the...
So, sorry, we are behind on everything, so we're gonna power through these next few news items. We're gonna combine the limited run releases coming out. We got the Switch limited run Doom, the Classics collection. It's Doom. What is it? Doom 1, 2, and 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Coming to limited run, and then also the Star Wars Republic Commando. Is it just a collect? Oh, it's a collector's edition coming out April 16th for Switch. Is that just Switch? And PS4.
Yeah, Switch, PS4, and PC.
Yeah,
and PC. And so
I'm excited for the Doom collection. I just want to say.
Doom.
How much is it, Max?
Doom is $30, which if you looked at when they did the, I believe it was Doom 64, the limited run of that one was $30, and I skipped out on buying the Doom 64 Switch copy because I felt like it was too expensive for what it was. Like, I mean, $30, limited run game, that's pretty much most of their games, $30 to $40.
I'm showing 40.
But this
40
Doom
for the,
collection,
for the, on their site it's showing 40, $39.99 for the classics
1, 2,
collection.
3.
Yeah.
It's not terrible.
When it was announced, it was 30, and I guess it's still a good deal. But I didn't buy Doom 64 because I felt like that was too expensive. But then, since you're getting 3 games all in one cartridge, very much worth it in my opinion.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, it's coming out tomorrow in 12 hours.
Yeah.
Is when,
Get your wallets out.
Yeah.
But if you pre-order, you're probably not going to end up getting it till like September because it takes a while for them to ship the game.
It does.
Yeah, it does.
Sometimes you get them really fast though. Like I've gotten one like maybe a month or 2 after I ordered it. Yeah, I'm still waiting for Shantae that I ordered almost a year ago. It feels like.
I got this shirt in 5 days.
How many did they make of those shirts?
Limited run, bro.
They made a good amount of them. You can still go on there and buy them.
I think they're a new shirt every once in a while.
They're next level. They're that nice soft blend.
Can I get a special edition of that shirt? Can I get
Can
I get it in a steel case?
It should come in a steel case when you open it. That'd be awesome.
Would you pay $40 for that?
Did it come with a tray?
I think it was like $20. It wasn't a lot of money.
Really? That's not bad.
Yeah, it wasn't a lot.
That's
It was
not bad at
cheaper
all
than
for
any of
a
their
shirt.
games, which is why I had this shirt for a long time and none of their games.
Their newest shirt is on there too. It's a Doom styled shirt.
Oh, really?
Oh yes.
Oh, there you go. You're buying it now.
Yeah, Max, you get the Doom game. I'm gonna get the shirt.
I'll pick up. I have 0 limited run games, and I will definitely pick up a Doom style shirt.
I have the Streets of Rage limited run special edition. That's the only limited run game I have.
Luke, I saw that you added the Star Wars Republic Commando collector's edition to the news. Can you explain what this game is? Because somehow I missed it entirely.
It's an old Star Wars FPS game from like 2005-ish.
Gotcha. Okay, so it was what did it originally come out on? Original Xbox, and I'm like, so there's a PS4, PC.
You could tell he types.
It originally came out on Xbox and PC back in 2005.
Okay. Back in 2005.
Yeah, it's considered highly regarded.
Yeah,
that's as much as I know.
I haven't played this game, but it looks like it's a pretty cool collector's edition. There is there's the game, a steelbook, a reversible poster, a certificate of authenticity, art cards, and a thermal detonator enamel pin, and a commemorative metal coin for for $89.99 in a big box. So, limited run, doing a lot of stuff right now. I think they're gonna keep going with these releases. I think there's a market for it. I think there's the nostalgia. There's the
actual having it physical.
Exactly. Yeah. Physical demand right now.
Yep.
Sure. Okay.
I love imagine if they start doing PS3 games.
Sometimes
I mean, listen, if they can, right? Why not?
Yeah.
It's just
sometimes they do, Aaron.
They do?
On rare occasions, yeah.
I mean, I've seen them do like the Game Boy and N64 games, and like on actual cartridges.
All right, we're doing this one quick. Police arrest members of the world's biggest video game cheat company and seize their luxury cars. It's the largest seller of video game cheats and arrested 10 of its members and over $40 million worth of assets. The name was Chicken Drumstick, and it sold cheats for everything from Call of Duty to Overwatch.
Jeez.
And they would charge $10 a day up to $200 a month, which that doesn't make sense. But for to cheat on these games, I assume it's like PC based cheat programs or something. I didn't realize. The only reason I knew that cheating on these like games existed was because of the anti-cheat software, which I brought up. I don't get it. I don't get the desire to do that for like what do you gain out of that? Cheat. I don't know. Yeah, I'll pay $200 a month to cheat on a game that I don't. It's not like I'm getting any return on my investment of that. So
because I don't really. Sorry, man.
I guess it's for the big like esports franchises that make like bring in tons of money, and
I guess I mean if you can get like you can garner an audience using this, but I don't know. That's so I feel like you're pretty exposed at that point. Like if you're in any situation where I don't know, I'm not totally. I don't know a whole lot about the whole scene of competitive esports and everything, but
it's definitely PC.
Yeah,
PC.
Yeah. Sure. I think it's only PC. I think it's the only way we can get around it, because that's the only time I see that type of software being run. Like you have to run it, and I see more and more games saying that they'll like ban accounts that do anything weird with the anti-cheat software.
Because I know like cross system play games, like you could tell immediately it's a PC player.
Yeah.
Because one time we were playing like for example, me and Russ playing Road Company. We were doing fine against Xbox players, PS players. There were some PC players, and it was just like I literally saw Russ unload a clip on some guy's back, and he just didn't die. And I was like, "That's ridiculous." And then we just wind up losing the match. But whatever, and they have fun doing it, I guess. So it's obviously profitable.
Hey Max, I got a comment in the chat. I haven't been keeping up too much, but Ryan says that you need to get some of those collector's editions to add to your posters on your wall. I thought that one was
have Doom all over your wall.
Moving on. Insomniac tweeted that Ratchet Clank 2016, which is free right now, still. I think.
No. Ended yesterday.
Sorry.
I'm glad I picked that up. Yeah.
If you did not get it, sorry. They have a 60 FPS version for PS5 coming out in April that will just boost the
and it already went live.
Oh, did it?
They said it was going to go live in April, and then they tweeted yesterday that it live now. So
okay, so I haven't.
April Fools.
That would be a good. Excuse me. That would be a good April Fool's prank. They're like, oh, actually, it's 120 frames per second or something, like reverse April Fools. But no, it's a 60 frames per second update live now, and
play it. Yeah, play it if you have a PS5.
We started it. My son and I started it, and I need to get him back onto it. I need to hook back up my PS5. My Switch took over its spot right now. The last thing on here, do we have any Call of Duty players at all?
I played the original
way back in the day. Like in 20
and that
whatever.
Yeah. It started
Modern Warfare.
So I was big into Modern Warfare 2 back in the day, but so supposedly the upcoming Max with his sleeping picture. So supposedly the next Call of Duty is returning to World War II, and there's a bunch of different reports flying around, and some are confirmed, some are disputed. Supposedly the name is going to be Vanguard, is what the next Call of Duty title is going to be, and it's going to be World War II based, which I immediately think that there's going to be some issues with Warzone specifically, because I haven't been playing Warzone a ton, but I know they implemented some of the like Cold War weapons and stuff, and it's like only like a little bit half baked with integrating the new game into the game that was kind of built on the previous game. And so what they're going to do now, if they're going back to World War II, how they're going to keep Warzone kind of tied into the main game. But so here's something that I thought was interesting. This website, Modern Warzone, they said that the entire game is going to take place in an alternate timeline where 1945 wasn't the end of World War II, and it's set in the 1950s of like a continuation of World War II. But then that was disputed.
So Wolfenstein.
Yeah, I was immediately thinking Wolfenstein, but that was kind of disputed. And so I don't know. I didn't play because they rebooted Call of Duty as like the Call of Duty World War II like title. Did anyone play that one?
Yeah, I played that.
And how did you like that?
Well, I'm not too big into first-person shooters, but it was pretty fun.
Yeah, it seems like that was like almost there, and then they did the Modern Warfare reboot, and that hit harder with what people were into. I'm curious where they go with Warzone specifically, and how if they're gonna try to keep them tied together, if they're gonna more so separate the two platforms. Ryan in the chat is just going off on Call of Duty right now. I don't know. I haven't played a Call of Duty in a while, and so here's the thing. When I was doing a lot of first person shooters, I was like, this was back in the like Day of Defeat. That was my World War II first person shooter.
That.
Do you remember that? The Half-Life mod? That was that was what I was into. I was like Counter-Strike 1.6, Day of Defeat, like, and ever since besides Modern Warfare 2, that was my only like kind of foray back into that whole scene. I don't know. I feel like I can't keep up with all of them. They come out so fast, and then they move on. It's kind of like a Madden situation for me, where I'm like, I can wait a couple years, and then suddenly it's like 10 years, and like, oh, I haven't played one of these in a long time. Oh, but it's kind of still the same type of thing with just minor differences and a different. But I mean, at least they have a new campaign or something.
It would be cool to just like release a campaign story-based game and not have to be online, and just have the online game now currently happening.
Yeah. I feel
nice.
like they could fully split it into two separate types of games, and I wouldn't be surprised. It seems like other platforms or other publishers are doing that more so, where they're focusing on single player campaign, or they're doing a multiplayer only type of live game. I feel like that's only going to happen more and more moving forward. But does anyone else have any thoughts on the next Call of Duty? You guys were jumping out of your seats.
Well, what was the last Call of Duty? It came out like 2 years ago.
Well, Cold War came out at the end of last year. It was like the
What
cross.
was was before that one?
It's like a
modern
Black Ops one?
Modern Warfare. Well, yeah, Black Ops 4 Cold War was the last one, and then before that was the Modern Warfare remake.
Yeah, I bought one like 2 years ago, and it was like I saw it on Slick Deals, and it had just come out. It was like $38, same day shipping, and so I bought it on Amazon like right away, and I still haven't made it through the tutorial, and that was like 2 years ago. It's probably not gonna get the next Call of Duty. I don't know.
I don't remember what was before Modern Warfare. Modern Warfare was the one that it seemed like it had a decent reception, more so than the last couple. So I don't know if it was either Modern Warfare or the one before that, which I don't remember what it was. But then there was the Black Ops 4 Cold War, which it seems like some people really enjoy. It gets,
I enjoyed the reviews. Campaign remastered, whatever they just had. That was pretty cool.
The Modern Warfare one?
Yeah, like remastered, but there was no multiplayer. It was just the storyline of that game that had multiplayer.
Yeah,
I thought that was pretty cool.
That was right before that came out.
Like, I had no interest in the online, but I thought the story was nice and short.
Was that
my need?
Was that the Modern Warfare 2 one?
Yeah, 2. It was 2. Yeah, it was 2.
Mm-hmm. That's the only one that I've actually played most of the single player in, and it was pretty engaging. All right, quick before we wrap this, I have a hot take. What's your favorite controller of all time?
GameCube controller.
Max, I'm not surprised. NES? You like the simple?
Yeah, simple. Few buttons, not complicated.
Can I say 8-bit dual controllers?
Yeah. Which one?
NES
Which
Pro.
one? Which one is
that one? The one that you were gonna get. It's like the version before that.
Yeah, the like the SNES Pro, or the, what do they call it? SN Pro
Plus.
I think that's what it is. Yeah. That I just got a shipping update for the second one. I think it's coming in like 2 weeks.
It's like that. It's basically a Nintendo controller and a PlayStation controller combined.
Yeah, with the little handles. I'm excited to get that in. Russ, what's your favorite controller?
PlayStation 5 controller is a close favorite.
Max, what'd you say?
PlayStation 5 controller, close favorite. I'm just gonna say that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I got a hot take after that, but Russ can say his favorite.
My favorite one's the Switch Pro controller.
Ah,
nice.
That's my boy. Virtual fist bump.
Bobby, what's your favorite?
I don't know. I mean, right now I like the PS5. It feels good, but it's probably a tie with the Xbox controller. Like, my boy has
the original,
X, and no, the new one.
Oh yeah,
just feels real good. Like,
yeah,
I think that's nice. I like how it's not the thumbsticks. It's like kind of like off centered. Yeah, I don't know. For me, it's more comfortable. But the PS5 controller is a lot better than the 4 controller.
Yeah,
I do like the weight of it.
I agree. Aaron, you're up last.
Oh, for my favorite?
Yeah.
I would say my favorite is the Switch Pro controller because the battery lasts forever. Like, I don't even know the last time I charged mine. It was probably like 2 months ago. And I play it all the time. It lasts forever. It is
nice, bro.
Yeah.
And it's comfortable. I mean, it doesn't have analog triggers, right?
No.
Is that the only thing?
They're digital, yeah.
Yeah, so that isn't great about it, but other than that, I do like the SNES controller as well. That thing was a ton of fun with like Street Fighter 2. Perfect controller for that.
What's your hot take?
I am surprised about the PS5 controller love because I cannot stand that thing. It's probably one of the reasons I haven't used my PS5 as much. Like, it does. I don't like it. I don't like it. It feels like cheesy. It feels like I talked about this before. Like, you can hit it on something and it's like a tuning fork. It's like boom, and like, so I don't know. It just doesn't feel very solid. And then, like, sometimes, like, I've played my PS5 probably like 25, 30 hours, maybe more. And like the buttons are all like creaky, and like I pull a trigger and it's like that can't be doing that.
So I have this.
Do you want to hear that again?
Yeah.
That's like what the right bumper's like.
Here, wait.
See, it did it.
No, they're not doing it.
Proof.
But
all right, but hold on. Pick that up and pretend you're in an intense gaming session. All right. Okay.
No, I agree though.
Sounds like I gotta return
I remember,
the controller.
No, I like. Oh, you can't hear it, but you can feel it.
No, you could feel it. Like for me, the haptic feedback, whatever. I can care less about that. That doesn't do anything for me.
I actually love that.
I don't like. I mean, I guess the drawstring part when you do it is cool, but after a while, it's like I just want to pull the trigger.
Yeah,
I think it's kind of gimmicky.
That,
yeah.
You know, and then like I said, it's not really made well because you could definitely hear like that vibration when you hit the corners.
Yeah, that's the one thing I was like, sometimes it feels, especially when the rumble gets really intense, it feels like the controller's about to like fall apart inside, like it's just gonna rip out of itself type of thing. Like it feels like the components are stronger than the casing sometimes.
Yeah.
Type of
I feel like
feeling.
To save money, Sony went to wish.com to get those controllers.
But I'm gonna throw out something out of left field. My favorite controller was the Dreamcast controller. If it had a second analog stick, obviously that would be better for like dual stick type of stuff. But the placement of everything and the single analog triggers, and where I feel like you could use both the analog stick and the D-pad really perfectly, because it wasn't like this, it was like this type of thing, and so you could just sit like this and just be like, I don't know, it just felt so much more natural to like grip this thing. Obviously the second analog stick is a shame, but I don't know, that's my thing. And also there's a bunch of dumb stuff like the cord coming out of the bottom and then having to stick it into the back of the top type of thing is stupid. But even having like the VMU screens and stuff like that, like that was so ahead of its time. That was 1999, and there was an LCD screen inside your controller that you could play mini games on, and also like in Virtua Tennis, you saw a little version of the screen. It was pointless, but it was really cool to like, you could see little pixel people running around on the screen or
Nice.
something like that. I don't know. I felt like that controller was just like, if someone did that type of revolutionary jump in controller technology nowadays, people would be losing it. Like I feel like PlayStation did like a quarter of that, and it was like, I don't know, people still freaked out, but
Hey, hold on a minute. Hold on.
Are we going somewhere?
Are you completely forgetting that the Wii U controller had its own screen on it that you could actually switch and play the whole game on?
That was 20 years.
Pretty revolutionary.
Or what? 18 years later?
That was like 11 or 12 years later.
Okay. What was that? Yeah, Wii U. So
and wait, and that almost put them in the same boat that the Dreamcast put Sega in.
Exactly. Yeah.
Jeez, no more screens and controllers.
Exactly. That's the Pandora's box, is putting a screen inside the controller. Although, look at this, screen inside the controller.
Oh.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know where I'm going.
I guess
with
that's more like a 3DS. I don't know.
Yeah. And the Game Boy, the original Game Boy. I
have a hot take, but it's not controller related.
Yeah.
If Aaron watches the Monster Hunter movie, I will buy Monster Hunter the game this weekend.
Ooh.
Oh. I've heard that's a Monster Hunter movie?
Yeah, I heard it's a doozy.
It's filmed by the same husband and wife couple that made all the Resident Evil movies.
Oh.
Mila Jovovich and Anderson, whatever.
I think Ron Perlman's in it, right?
So right there, you know it's good.
Done. I'm watching it now.
I heard I heard someone saying that they thought there was a Ron Perlman impersonator in the movie because it was so long, like so weird.
I'm not gonna lie, I liked Ron Perlman's voice in the Conan game for PS3. He sounded like a badass.
I did not know he was.
Yeah,
How many
he
people-
voiced
how many people played that
Conan. No, not the Conan that's PS4 garbage, like the PS3
No,
Conan.
yeah, the PS3.
Yeah, it's actually really good.
Yeah, I played it on the 360.
Yeah, it's pretty fun actually. Oh, they don't
Yeah,
on
I
the
feel
360.
like Ron Perlman isn't everything. Is it just me that feels that way, or like we're talking about Conan, Monster Hunter? Like I feel like everywhere I look, this man is in it.
Yeah, Ron Perlman and Will Forsythe is in every friggin' movie.
Hold on, looking up Will Forsythe. I know him, but
Yeah, you definitely know him. You got that face, bro.
oh, I went into something. You guys talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah, William
I'm gonna-
Forsythe.
I'm gonna watch it, Luke.
I need to watch the Monster
Awesome.
Hunter movie, so that's on my list.
What about Godzilla? You gonna watch that?
I
No.
am watching it this week. Yes,
Yeah, I'll watch it this weekend myself.
I'm pumped to watch that.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna buy it anyways.
What's that?
I feel like
I'm gonna buy it.
I
Anyways.
have so much pressure at the corner of the screen. Everybody around me has it.
Yeah,
I can't be the only one not playing with you guys. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, we got to.
you should get it. It's a lot of fun.
If you're listening and you're not part of our Discord or you're watching, join the Discord. We only play Monster Hunter Rise. It's a Monster Hunter Rise exclusive Discord. Everyone else needs to be kicked out.
Remember back like in high school, like bro, drink some beer, smoke some weed. The Discord now is like, yo, buy Monster Hunter.
Yeah,
Exactly. There's a lot of peer pressure.
Don't do drugs, kids.
Oh, okay. Hold on. We're about to close this off, but someone brought up Balan Wonder World.
Oh
so
my
we have to
God.
say it. So I think did they patch the epilepsy?
they did patch that out
they patched
with a
it.
day one patch.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm not buying this game. I saw enough that I needed to see, but it's such a weird
What is it?
weird game. Balan Wonderworld. It's from
Wonderland.
Is it Balan Wonderland? Is it Balan Wonderland? I swear every time I hear
It's Wonderland.
It's
Never
Wonder
Both
heard
World.
of it.
people say it both ways.
It's Wonder World. It's Wonder World, and I only know that because I've said it the wrong way like 50 times.
So
In my eyes,
It
you
is.
can name it
Just
both.
popped up.
So yeah, $60 game. It's from I can't remember his name. He did Sonic the Hedgehog and Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg and a few other platformer games, and this is like his big return to platforming games, and so it had a lot of hype, and then they released a demo, and then that got bashed pretty hard. But it's actually it seems like it's a really long game. Like it's like a significant game, but they released it for $60. And then there's a weird review reverse bomb thing from users on Metacritic, and I don't know. It's a weird roller coaster that I wasn't touching this week, but I saw it at the last minute. So,
This is why I can't trust reviews. I don't.
yeah,
If
You
you're a
can't.
game collector, I just want to say now, if you have the money, this game is going to be a very rare game on all platforms. I am like 99% sure about this. So I'm just letting you all know right off the bat, if this is something that interests you, if you're a game collector, you probably should pick this up, even though it is probably going to be the worst game that comes out this year.
if you're gonna hold this for 50 years, it'll probably be worth some money eventually. Buy it on all platforms.
Now I need to look it up.
I am gonna watch the pricing on that. I'll probably pick it up if it hits like $20 somewhere within a month.
Yeah, I
Um,
bet it'll drop. I bet it will drop pretty quickly.
You know what's crazy? Talking about values and game values is that we didn't really talk about 3D All Stars being discontinued.
Oh yeah, we should have talked about that.
Yeah,
I didn't buy it.
Should have talked about it. Oh well, we didn't. See you later, everybody. I have a sealed copy still in the shipping envelope from Best Buy.
Nice.
I'm wondering if that's
what 3D All Stars? What, Bowser's Fury?
No, Mario.
No. Yeah.
The re-release of Mario 64 Sunshine and Galaxy that basically got cut off yesterday. Apparently Mario died yesterday, but there was no funeral.
April Fools.
That's what there was a huge speculation that they were gonna do an April Fool's thing today. Like, oh, just kidding. But
they've been great. They would release a Metroid game. Psych.
I am checking right now on eBay just to see the prices of 3D All Stars, and the sold listings I can see are it's like dropped under 60 right now. People are buying it for 45 to 50 on eBay.
You can still get it at like Target, Best Buy.
Yeah, there's plenty
all
of
those places,
copies out in the wild. I think it was just digital. I think it was like digital was cut off today, and then they're just not printing anymore, type of thing. I can't imagine they're not gonna do something that includes those in the future, though. In some form. They're already done. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, unless they're doing the full Disney Vault thing, which I feel like Disney's kind of getting away from with Disney Plus. I don't see that being the end game for Nintendo. All right, we are over. We're almost at an hour and a half. So just want to double check we didn't miss anything. Okay, we're good. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for if you watched live, if you're listening, if you're watching post live, I appreciate it. Be sure to check all my guests out on their respective channels. I'm going to do a quick run through to everyone. Aaron at Beach Pizza Gaming, YouTube, Instagram. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, Russ at Krausniesel, Twitch and Instagram and Twitter.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Luke at Luke Gleason, YouTube and Instagram, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Thanks for being here, man.
No problem.
Max at Madado YouTube, Twitter, no Instagram.
No Instagram. But before I go, I just want to say one last thing. Kanye West will be in Super Smash Bros.
Yes, that was your April Fool's video. I need
to. It was an April Fool's video though.
Sorry. Spoiler alert. Sally at Retro Arcade Party. Thank you for joining us this week. I appreciate you being here. You're on Twitch and Instagram, right?
Yeah.
Are you on Twitter too or no?
Yeah, I am, but
okay.
Rarely post. I use it mainly for picture purposes.
Sure. Bobby at the Chronicles of a Gamer, Instagram, YouTube. Thank you for being here, man.
No doubt. Thank you for having me.
With that, we're a wrap for episode 2, the first live one. So thank you, everyone watching. It's in the bag.